distance is a cauldron of pressure, and that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Oregon Ducks, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Huskers will kick it away first. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Oregon's offense will have the opening possession of the game. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster, man. I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he can hurt you, and he can be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing, tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Touchdown, Nebraska! The defense takes matters into its own hands.
What a play by the defense, coming out early in the game on the very first drive and setting the tone. Not just forcing a 3 and out, not just forcing a punt. How about creating a turnover and taking it to the house? Pick 6.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. The margin for error is so small in this conference, it's really imperative to get off to a good start in Big Ten play.
Especially, Reese, since you're adding so much talent now to this conference. But yeah, year in and year out, you know the mainstays in this conference, but there's always some surprises, and I'll be interested to see how everybody starts off this season. Listen, this is your first opportunity, Palmer, in conference play, in a major conference.
Oh, he's got some space. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. And the Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. Lost to throw again. Fires to the big fella. Down to the 32 and out of bounds right there. That last completion has him set up 2nd and short.
And that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
The Ducks pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They make the stop, give him 3 yards on the carry, balls at the 24. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Got it in the middle, it's Hill. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Good timing on the quick out. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the 1st down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
The Ducks will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in, and he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ducks!
That was a great example of a running back toting the rock with conviction. There's not a lot of time to to hesitate. If you see a split second, you see a hole, you've got to hit it right now. Nice job by the RB there.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. So Nebraska's offense has its first opportunity of the day. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, Dave.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
Passing game very effective on second down. What about here on third? He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game. The Cornhuskers send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Wants to bring it back. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They evened things up the last time they had him. The defense helped them out and a chance to go on top with this drive. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Now facing second and long after the defense came up with that sack. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? Third down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make movement change impossible. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
This definitely isn't the start they drew up. I mean, you already throw a pick six, now you get sacked. Man, they're going to have to find a way to settle this quarterback down, get something going offensively. So far, not a lot of positives to point to.
The decision to go for it does not pan out. From the gun, the running back has it. Plows through the defense. Running it inside the 30 and finally out of bounds at the 27. They'll put in play from the 27, first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Nelson.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Going to be a gain of about 3 down to the 21. And the Huskers come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll run play action. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. The sudden change on the turnover, and man, he was looking for running room. Couldn't find that, but they'll have it at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Off the play fake on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Muscling ahead on third and short. And they'll move the chains, and a good way to wrap up the first quarter. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. First play of the period, first down here. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Got it behind the line. It's Valentine.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
And the Ducks with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Makes the grab. It's Green. Got room at the 35. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30+. The Ducks are rolling down the field. Hand off from the shotgun. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Makes the grab down the middle. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening first and goal from the 9. The Ducks, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They keep pushing forward now, back to work on second and goal from the 6. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. On third and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Trying to surge it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Oregon!
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. And he's going to bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Gives it to the back on the draw. He never had a chance on the draw, tackled almost as soon as he got the ball. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Here comes the heat. He's got an open man. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. The Huskers come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Oh, he had him right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on first down. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Outside the pocket, lets it go. What a job to lay out and make the catch. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Looking downfield on first down. Tosses it incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They've been very good at moving the chains on 3rd down. 2 for 2 on this drive. This time they need 6. He wants to throw it again. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. The Cornhuskers will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Hauls it in and looking upfield. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Use the play fake, now to throw. He'll pull it down and run. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. Open a drive like that, it opens a world of possibilities. First down from the 43. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. Looking for a productive play on first down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Fleming. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Now on unleashes a long one. Got it in stride inside the 20. Touchdown Ducks! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
And man, is that perfect timing. You can tell quarterback drops back. He sees his guy, and he knows he's open. But watch the throw. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the breadbasket. Nice play, nice pitch and catch.
He did a nice job of getting it up in the air early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough grab. That is the definition of an explosive play.
And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. They believe they can run right here. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to throw deep right side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And the Huskers will bring the punt team onto the field. He'll take it on the return. Gets away from one. He's got space. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Wants to throw on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Fleming. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Now here on 2nd down, see if they keep tossing it around. Wants to go up top. Got a man. It's Perry. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
Looking for the score. Got it. And he wanted the score badly, but the defense wrestles him down at the 2. This offense has been running wild in the first half, but wait, they want more before they go to the locker room. And they get nothing. The ball remains at the 2-yard line. They give him the rock again on 2nd and goal. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. A doff of the fedora, a hat trick, and we're not even at halftime yet.
Yeah, and these guys get these in high school and Little League, but my goodness, to do it at the college level, you already got 3, and it's just the first half. I think he's in for a pretty good day.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Using his legs, it's Ives. Picks up the first down. Brought down at the 25 after he picked up 10. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first 2 quarters in Lincoln, but let's just go with notable. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. And the Ducks will line up to kick off and start the second half. Coming out with it, it's Jackson. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third down, he drops to throw. On target to the left. Hits the crease. Inside the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. Once he got some room, it was over.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him, and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball and let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Off play action on first down. Makes the catch. It's Hill. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Fires to the tight end. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Off the play fake. Throws to the wideout. The short hands, it's Moore. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Power football with the run. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. First down in the red zone, and this crowd imploring its defense to stand firm. And he's brought down after a nice game. Fans are bringing the noise on 1st and goal. Trying to barge their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon!
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
Let's see what he can do with the return. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense.
Intercepted, a turnover in their own territory. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Ducks!
He made that look a lot easier than it is. When you break on a football, you got to see it and go at the perfect angle. The free safety leaves his spot, goes and gets it, and then does the hard part, takes it back to the house for 6.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. The inside handoff. Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking to fire. Quickly complete. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
This This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
In the gun, looking to throw on third down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. The Huskers will call on their punt team. No fair catches here, looking for room. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down. Sends it back in motion. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Release to the back. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And he's got his man on the sideline. He'll come up a little short of the first down.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick six. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
Trying to escape and get it himself. Breaks into the open. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
Stop is made, but he picks up 4 yards down to the 21-yard line. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Catch in the middle, it's Coleman. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. The Ducks are moving quickly down the field. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Got some room in it to the goal line. He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it 1st and goal from the 1. And the Ducks kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Oregon!
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss. The pressure ramps up on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Touchdown, Ducks! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And I love finding the big fella down in the red zone, 3rd and goal. You got to make something happen down here. Throw it up high. Let the big fella make you look really good as a quarterback. Love finding those big guys down here in the red zone.
Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Got his man downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Looking to throw on 1st down. And his first throw here is incomplete.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. From the gun, wants to pass. Slings it downfield. And they won't make the connection going for the big play. The Cornhuskers will line up to punt it away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He'll field the punt and look for room. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Looking for room. It's Green. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. With the catch, it's Moore. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. Converts on 4th down, still going. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. They go right back to him. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He's looking deep. It's caught, and what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sidelines. After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just out. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
With that last touchdown, looks like they're going to start this season 4-0, and you've got to be impressed with what you've seen so far from this team. We knew coming in on paper this team had a chance this season, but until the lights go on, until you actually go out and do it for real, you can't believe just how good they are. But they've shown now, starting 4-0 on the year, this is a team that's going to contend for a national championship.
His drive will open from the 15. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7. And the Huskers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
The Huskers decide to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll field the punt and take it back. And the returner will be knocked down. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. they have dropped a hush on this entire stadium, David, by controlling this game.
And there's nothing like shutting up the home crowd. You love it. Nothing like having a big lead in the fourth quarter, Palmer, and not having to stress or worry.
Yeah, really impressive just seeing how they were able to take everything from the practice field this week and apply it to game day. They've been locked in all week with the game plan, running and throwing the football, man. This has been impressive.
He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. The sportsmanlike thing to do might be victory formation. The stat hog would kick a field goal here. And they didn't need the extra points, but maybe just a chance to stick it to them right here a little bit at the end. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out, they take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in your uni. Like when you look that good coming off the bus. Those dudes are good. This is a great team, and they proved it. Just domination from start to finish.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another